The world grapples with the challenge of migration. UNESCO and the international organizations of migration have called for a more human rights-based approach. South Africa is hosting an international conference on migration in Johannesburg. It's expected to come up with solutions to this problem.
South Africa, a melting pot, and at times migration issues a challenge. Experts at the conference say the mobility of people can be beneficial if there is a positive emphasis on the aspects of migration like skills and innovation. 25-year-old Mohammed Sidibe, a former child soldier who fought during the Sierra Leone conflict. At the age of 5, his whole family was murdered. Now a law student in the US, he says the conversation on migration is important.
It's important for us to have these conversations about migration because at the end of the day, we all came from somewhere. I'm in law school. I understand that my law degree is going to provide me or is going to afford me certain privileges that most people don't have. But I only had these privileges 11 years ago. Like before then, I didn't have any of this. I never thought of the future. And I think the fact that I can now think of the future, the fact that I am now in a position to acquire a degree that is going to help me and for me to help the world, it just shows that all people need is access and opportunity.
Recently, many foreign-owned shops were shut down after they were looted by locals who accused them of selling expired food.
As South Africa, remember when we address the issues of migration, it's based on our constitution, it's a human rights matter. That's why then when we have the migrants in the country, we do also ensure that like in instances where there are children and women, that they do get the services that we offer as the country. The recent instance where we've been working with the International Organization on Migration around the Lesotho borders, that's where we had unaccompanied minors, some that we found that were working in the farms in the area. So we did ensure that we address those issues because those are human beings and based on our constitution, we have a responsibility to address them.
These incidents led to the violation of human rights.
All the governments of the world have signed on to Agenda 2030, this vision of the Sustainable Development Goals, which is deeply rooted in human rights. The normative agenda is the place that we are basing our analysis on. The global aspiration now in the vision that is put forward by the heads of state and government in signing on to the 17 Sustainable Development Goals is the aspiration to social justice for all. It's about reaching those furthest behind first, and it's about really making sure that we leave no one behind.
The UN Refugee Agency says more than 1,600 people have perished or vanished in the Mediterranean Sea trying to reach Europe. European countries remain bitterly divided over how to share the burden of refugees and migrants fleeing war, persecution and poverty in the Middle East, Africa and Asia. Ndundu Sithole, SABC News, Johannesburg.